Welcome to Tukwila, Washington, a 77-degree June day where Austin FC 2 travels to the Pacific Northwest to take on the Tacoma Defiance. It's match day 14 at Starfire Sports Stadium. I'm Anna Whitty, and thank you for joining me on MLSnextpro.com for the final match of match day 14. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. Colorado Rapids sitting in the first spot with 32 points. Austin FC, if they can get a result here tonight, they could bump up, rather stay in this spot, but still be really close to Colorado Rapids too, who just wrapped up a win. Bottom of the table, LAFC with only 10 points, and Tacoma Defiance with 23 points in the 5th spot in the standings, looking to jump their way up to the 4th spot. This is both sides warming up their goalkeepers, what will be a possession-based battle. Austin FC is on a 5-game winning streak and hasn't conceded a goal in the month of June. Tacoma Defiance are back at home since June 5th, where they lost their only game of the month in June. This will be the second matchup of the season between Austin 2 and the Defiance. A 2-1 win for Austin on April 7th, where they scored 2 goals in the final 10 minutes for a from-behind win. The Defiance certainly looking for some revenge in their home stadium. Home lineup, Tacoma Defiance coming out in a 3-5-2 formation. In goal is first-team goalkeeper Andrew Thomas. Vito Valle starts in the center midfield position, and up top Paul Rothrock and Gio Migletti in the 9 role. On the other side of the field for Austin FC, they're starting out in a 4-3-3. Salvatore Mazzafero and Joe Hafferty, 2 center backs, playing with Charlie Asensio and Sheikh Toure. Alonso Ramirez centrally going to be holding down the field as that consistent 10, and in the 9 role, Sebastian Pino looking for his 3rd goal of the season. It is a beautiful day for some soccer here on the Pacific Northwest. Glad that you can join us on MLS Next Pro. I'm Anna Whitty. The Tacoma Defiance in black tonight in their home kits, going from the left side of your screen to the right. Austin 2 in their green away kits, going from the right side of your screen to the left. Paul Rothrock with the ball in his hand, waiting for kickoff. The center referee for tonight's game is Brad Jensen. Minutes away from kick here at Starfire Stadium. And we are off from Tukwila, Washington. Tacoma Defiance maintaining the possession first, getting the ball up the field. This will be a possession-based game. Both sides looking to possess the ball, move their way up the field. Austin FC playing in a 4-3-3. Tacoma Defiance playing in a 3-5-2, changing things up a little bit. After getting the win against Colorado last week, the Defiance are playing in a similar formation, however, just a slight change with 5 centrally. Rodriguez playing in the 10 role for the Defiance. Only 1 change for Austin's lineup here tonight. On the right wing, CJ Faudry is getting the start. The Defiance make 4 changes in their lineup after a massive win against Colorado last Sunday. It was a 2-1 win against Colorado on the road for the Tacoma Defiance. They said they went into that game with a clear tactical plan. Really good decision to execute on set pieces in the game against Colorado, handing them their first loss of the season.
Or at least let me have a talk with the sporting director.
Austin FC being patient on the ball, finding Asensio to get it up while high. Austin FC coming off a win as well, looking for their 5th straight win tonight against Tacoma Defiance. They got a result last Sunday, a massive result, 4-0 over Timbers 2. It was a very hot day in Austin, according to Austin head coach Brett Utley, but he said the group handled it really well. They got themselves involved early in the game, and it was so important to have a fast start on such a hot day in Austin. Austin FC takes the same mentality into this game. They want to be fast, they want to get their opportunities first, and put Tacoma Defiance on their heels early.
Yeah, she got it.
Austin FC switching the point of attack using their two center midfielders, Mazzafero in his 15th game started this season. He has been consistent on the back line for this Austin FC side. Charlie Asensio, one of 3 first-team players on the pitch for Austin tonight. Austin FC being really patient to find themselves inside the 18. Tacoma Defiance dropping every single number defensively, so there's not many pockets for Austin to pick. Joe Hafferty looking for that ball over the top, trying to find somebody making a run in behind. The option is not on for Austin, so they keep swinging it around. Austin FC's head coach, Brett Utley, is in his first season with Austin FC. In fact, he's the first ever head coach for Austin 2. He recently served as an assistant for Inter Miami. He spent 1 year at the Sounders in 2016 as a fitness coach and an academy coach. After that, he spent 3 years in the USL Championship and 2 years at Inter Miami in various roles before becoming an assistant coach. Austin FC getting on the ball, and Tacoma Defiance putting a lot of pressure on Ramirez, rather on Noel. Good set piece opportunity just outside the 18 for Austin FC 2. Two numbers standing over the ball, CJ Fadri and Toure. Fadri using his, faking out with his left foot rather, and Toure keeping it in play. Ball in the 18, and it's away by the Defiance. Defiance see no reason to just kick it high and wide, looking for that outlet, where Austin FC tracks back defensively into a really good spot, able to maintain possession again. Tacoma Defiance head coach Wade Weber is in his second year with the team. He was hired back in February of 2021. As a player, he played as a defender from 1986 to 99 among several MLS clubs, and ever since retiring, he's been coaching youth in the greater Washington area. Coach Weber said that the formation and the style of soccer that this Defiance team wants to play is all about the center backs being able to be proactive, being able to play in any possession because they are playing with 3 in the back, having good, strong communication, and then from there, he wants his side to be proactive, high pressing, and very aggressive. Austin FC too been able to get on the front foot here early, getting their chances and maintaining the majority of the possession in the opening 5 minutes.
Safe from Ukraine. Okay, fine.
What city are you from? University Place. Like where I'm living right now? University Place.
Ball over the top, and it's defended and cleared out by Oveya. Defiance applying some pressure, but they're not able to receive the ball or win the ball back with overloads. Antonio Herrera keeping the ball out wide, and Austin getting an opportunity inside the 18. And it's a clearance potentially by Herrera, but he cuts it back. Defiance are playing with the ball inside the 18 until it is cleared by Thomas. Andrew Thomas in net for the Tacoma Defiance tonight. First team goalkeeper. He had an assist last week on Letty's goal. Thomas comes from the first team, has never started with the first team. However, he's been able to play consistent minutes with the Defiance here this season, has 1 clean sheet. Asensio noticing that space that Defiance is giving him. Defiance, whenever Austin receives the ball, they just continue to drop their numbers instead of stepping originally. So Austin's able to get a few opportunities. Nothing on frame, though. On the ball, inside the box, not able to get it there. Coach at least said that the patterns that the Defiance play in are very similar to how Austin wants to play. They want to possess and they want to draw their opponents in. So it was very important for Utley to get his team playing their style and implementing their tempo early in this game. Coming into this match fresh, switched on after playing their last game last Sunday. Long throw in from Austin, not able to connect anything inside the box. Joe Hafferty throwing that one in. Thomas using his feet to find an outlet. Austin keeping the ball pinned inside. Ramirez connecting. Alonzo Ramirez, the true center midfielder for Austin here tonight, getting his 8th start. He's had a goal this season, just 22 years old, from Mexico. Picked up centrally by Noel. Noel playing a square ball into his teammate out wide. Austin FC recovers. Austin FC dominating the space in between the 18 and halfway, really the final third, except the 18 where Austin hasn't been able to penetrate or find opportunities to get numbers inside. Good patience by the Tacoma back line. They're dropping 4 numbers back defensively, creating more, and it's a shot out wide, and it's a save by Thomas. Austin FC finds an opportunity outside the 18. Thomas making a great save for the Defiance. Rothrock dropping off and connecting with Rodriguez. Rodriguez takes the space, shoots, and it is stopped outside the 18. Defiance looking for their opportunity now to possess and live on the ball a little bit more. They're in no rush to get the ball into the 18, doing exactly what we saw Austin do, which is be patient and wait for the numbers and the space to open up. Austin's defensive structure looks very sound, playing in a 4-4-2 defensively, pressing high and trying to win those balls. Ramirez wins the ball back for Austin, and it's a slow build out. Noel finding his outside back. Austin FC playing exactly the same style that their first team plays in. It's consistent possession based. The message from the first team will always be consistent. From the second team, they use the same game model and how they want to exploit teams to keep it very consistent among all lines. Foul centrally, and Defiance received the ball. Austin FC with an opportunity down the middle. It's a great drive by the outside midfielder. He sees the space, and why not take it? Defiance dropping so many numbers that it would be very difficult to continue to dribble or try and find a pass that could potentially break through the goal. Herrera sees no option going forward, so he recycles the play. Good idea by the Defiance, trying to find their forward in Miglietti dropping back, trying to receive that ball, and it goes past for Rodriguez to try and go. And the front three for this Defiance side are very, very strong. Able to be interchangeable. Rodriguez playing a 10, and then Rothrock and Miglietti playing in that 9 role.
I just like, I don't. Okay, yo manejo.
Defiance just trying to clear it up and find an outlet going forward, but those opportunities are not opening up. Now on Austin, able to quickly restart this.
No salgo todos los días, but I still, si quiero salir one day, no quiero problems.
Austin FC has dominated their last 2 games. They beat the Timbers 2 last week, and the week before that, they traveled to play St. Louis City 2, won 1-0. The last 2 games, Austin has taken 39 shots. 12 of their shots have been on target. So constantly taking opportunities and taking risk as this Austin FC side. Austin FC has won every single game in the month of June. First result was against Real Monarchs, putting 3 goals home and keeping a clean sheet. Austin FC, on top of coming up with results in their last 4 games, they also haven't conceded a goal. Tacoma Defiance looking to change that with their possession-based, up-the-field style of soccer and trying to find an outlet in Miglietti or Rothrock up top. Rodriguez to connect with his outside midfielder, and Miglietti not able to build. Great defense by Mazzaferro. Austin FC able to weather that storm, and Mazzaferro just pushing the attacker for the Defiance out wide, not allowing him to continue to face up towards goal, looking for an opportunity on frame. Would have made that very difficult to shoot. Damian Lass gets his first touch of the ball here tonight. First team goalkeeper for Austin 2. He's 21 years old. In the month of June, he's made 10 saves and 4 clean sheets. He went from playing for NCFC in League 1 in USL in 2021 to coming over to Austin in 2022. He's now started 16 games this season and has only conceded 9 goals. Austin, quick outlet, out wide, shoots, and it's deflected. A throw in for Austin and a breakaway from CJ Faudry on the outside. Faudry finds himself in behind. Initial first touch towards goal, however, how the Defiance track back, they start to cut out that angle, and it's a great defensive play for the Defiance. Ball put in play for Faudry. Defiance penetrating the goal. Micheletti out wide. He slows down the attack. This portion of the match is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC and Tacoma Defiance. Ball over the top, trying to find Herrera out wide. Austin handling the switch of attack really well and staying compact defensively. Their constant communication has not allowed what the Defiance have tried to do to penetrate the 18. Paul Rothrock trying to beat Austin. Austin able to win this throw in, and Defiance looking to pin Austin in. The high pressure starts, but it's not strong enough, so Austin are able to find some outlets and break the initial pressure. Austin being patient. Mazzaferro from Toronto, Canada, played his college ball at University of South Florida. Had his first goal of the season last week against the Timbers too, and has been a very consistent center back for this Austin side. You can see how poised he is on the ball. He never feels a need to put the ball in a situation where he feels like his teammates can't win it. He's a teammate that you can certainly trust with his consistent minutes on the back line. Mazzaferro, no need to put that ball inside. You could see him put his hand up saying he's going to just continue to swing it. Austin being so patient in their possession. Mazzaferro playing next to Joe Hafferty tonight. Joe Hafferty in his 15th game played of the season for Austin FC2. 25 years old. From Washington State, originally played for the Tacoma Defiance last season. He had 22 games, had 2 goals for the Tacoma Defiance, so it's somewhat of a homecoming for Joe Hafferty on this back line, getting the opportunity to play against his former team and his former coach in Wade Weber. Tacoma Defiance find a through ball up top. Rodriguez cuts it inside, looking for somebody inside, and it is cleared. Micheletti looking to get back on that ball, but it gets away from him, and Austin FC continues their high press. Austin playing in a 4-back, looking to build through their midfield. Right in the middle is Ramirez, dropping into that 6, trying to be an outlet for his center backs in possession. Instead, they look to find somebody over the top, and Austin FC gives it back to the Defiance. Maybe Sissoko on the ball for the Defiance. First team player, born in France, 23 years old, on the back line for the Defiance here tonight. It's one back from Austin, and it's played out wide. Foudry on the ball, looking for a cross inside, just at top of the 18. And it's one back by the Defiance. Noel down the inline, looking for a partnership with his fellow forward, and Defiance are dropping so many numbers back defensively. The entire bus for the Defiance is in their defensive half, trying to keep Austin out. Defiance in the last few minutes hasn't been able to maintain any possession. It's all been from Austin. Austin with 42% of the possession, rather 57% of the possession, and the Defiance only 42%. That number will continue to build for Austin, who will switch it among their back line until they find an outlet. Mazzaferro does just that, and will continue to switch until it opens up completely. Foul on Rothrock, trying to win it from Asensio centrally. Asensio conceding that foul, and Rothrock trying to really slow down this build from the front line. Asensio trying to receive the ball centrally. Watches Asensio pops up right on the shoulder of Rothrock, and they're going for that ball. However, it gets to Asensio before Rothrock gets there. Rothrock just cleating him from behind. Two numbers over the ball for Austin. Austin recycling their run, looking for numbers inside, but Defiance with 5 numbers inside the 18, even though they're playing in a 3-back, because Austin has been on the ball so much, there are so many numbers that have been dropping off, trying to win this ball. Nicoletti starting the press, trying to deny that ball into Ramirez centrally for Austin. Ramirez, the player that this Austin side looks to build out through. Shot, and it's far post, just outside for Austin. Austin picking the ball up and just looking for that shot. The hips were on frame, the shot is on frame, just not able to get that one in the back of the net. Defiance getting their chance at possession. Bringing the ball up is Rothrock. Andrew Thomas had to make his first save of the night. Defiance forward continues his run going forward. Herrera with the overlapping run. Defiance with more shots on frame in this one than Austin. Defiance breaking through this Austin back line. It's a great overlapping run from Herrera, and because Austin is so many numbers focused up the field, Defiance were able to break through. Coach Weber talked about this Austin FC side knowing that they're going to want to control the game. They're going to want to get their foot on the ball and possess. So for the Defiance, they're going to have to find ways to control exactly where this Austin FC side goes, putting them in areas where they feel like they can't be a threat, and that's what the Defiance have done. Even though they haven't been able to live on the ball as much as they normally want to, Austin hasn't been able to be much of a threat.
Yeah.
This portion of the match is brought to you by WaFed Bank. Crush your financial goals with free checking from the best bank. Thomas showing his ability with his feet in net. Able to help in this build-up with the Defiance. Not just a shot stopper in net for the Defiance, but also a player who can play out, help possess, and be really like a fourth defender when the Defiance are in possession. Sissoko doesn't see an option, so he continues it to his center back in Fito Avaye. Avaye, 26 years old, originally from Salt Lake City, Utah. Comes over to the Defiance from Toronto FC2. Neither side taking too many risks and wanting to be direct. Instead, they're being so patient in their build-up. And we mentioned the fact that this would be a possession-based soccer, and we're getting just that. Not too many shots, not too many opportunities in the 18, but it's about the patience for both sides, waiting till they feel like they can find the next right pass to break the opposition's lines. Herrera finds it out wide, looking for the run inside, and it's headed away by Austin. A penalty kick. The high pressure from Austin from behind on Rothrock, trying to make a run inside, turns into penalty kick opportunity for the Defiance.
You heard that? I said
Defiance get a ball inside the 18. Rothrock is always going to be one of the biggest targets that they're looking for, and there is so much pressure on the back of Rothrock from Asensio that he falls to the ground inside the 18. Damian Loss in goal for Austin. And the Defiance are over the ball with their right foot, looking to strike this one home. Loss in net, looking to make himself big from this shot. Standing over the ball is Rodriguez. Rodelio Rodriguez. Rodriguez from the point, and he scores. Rodriguez, with his 7th goal of the season, makes this one 1-0. A lot of pressure on the back of Rothrock. Makes him have to fall inside the 18. Asensio doesn't continue to move it back. Instead, he's trying to win the ball and putting his arms over the back of Rothrock and from the point. Rodriguez makes this 1-0. Rodriguez, the leading goal scorer on the Tacoma Defiance side. Now he has 7 goals on the season. an assist as well. This is his 13th start in Defiance colors. Austin FC with the majority of the possession in the first half. Tacoma Defiance, all they needed was one opportunity, and they took it. Defiance putting that pressure on Austin's back line, trying to track back, and Austin FC conceding their first goal in the month of June, so they will not finish out the month without conceding a goal. 33 minutes into this first half. Austin FC had the majority of the possession. 3 shots from both sides with 1 shot on target. And Austin with 58% of the possession. Tacoma 43%, and they're starting to find themselves back into this game. That goal to give a little bit of confidence that they can be successful in the attack. Referee says no foul on Migoletti.
I would do that.
Mazzafero, a part of the build-up in so many ways. He's waiting to find an opportunity to find somebody centrally, but there is nobody being able to pop up because of how well the Defiance are dropping back and covering Ramirez in the 6. Sissoko to win that ball back for the Defiance, and he plays it up. Defiance not able to maintain any possession. One mistake by Austin inside the 18 by Asensio results in a penalty kick goal for the Defiance. Rodriguez so patient once he steps up to the ball, slots that one home. Defiance not able to create much of an attack in this game. However, all they need is that one opportunity. Aldry looking to find his teammate inside, and it deflects off a Defiance player, and they're back in that possession. Defiance with Herrera. It's a restart from Andrew Thomas in goal. Instead, he's looking to get all the way up. Miglietti, unable to capitalize on that chance. It's 2v1, can't come down with it. Tacoma with 3 wins on the season. One of those wins being a massive one last week against Colorado. Austin FC, they've had a lot of results this season. 9 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties. The team sitting at the top of the Western standings right now with 31 points. Have only conceded now 10 goals this season. They have been so consistent with their defensive principles as the season builds on. Austin with the least amount of goals conceded in the Western Conference. He scored 22 goals. Austin FC, a team that is so tough to score on because of their 4-back, how they have Mazzaferro, Hafferty, who play so many consistent minutes together, and in MLS Next Pro, consistent minutes are so important for a team to get results. Austin looking for a ball inside the box, a great set piece chance. It's an in-swinger, and it's cleared, but not cleared forward. So it's a corner kick for Austin, their first one of the night. Austin, a team that really likes to capitalize on set pieces. Once this ball comes inside, not able to redirect this one. Coach Utley said that they have to be really dynamic on these types of set pieces. A team that's been able to roll with the punches no matter who is in the starting 11, trying to capitalize on these high percentage opportunities. Austin with the in-swinger. Somewhat of a short corner, but it's won by Rockroth. Rockroth against Loss. Rockroth, he shoots, and he misses it wide. Rothrock looking to penetrate the 18, but just outside the 18, he's not able to slot this one past Loss. Rothrock wins this ball, and he sprints past every single Austin defender. And Roch's Rothrock, he has more space and more time. Instead of continuing his run inside the 18, and the space that Loss is giving him, he shoots it a little too early. Loss, the great defensive play, making himself big and stepping off the line to distract Rothrock. Rothrock has now played 12 games this season for the Defiance. He scored 2 goals and leads the team with 5 assists. He's also played in 3 games with the first team so far this season. Played an Open Cup against the Loyal and LA Galaxy, and scored a goal in both games. So he's a player who can score goals, who's good 1v1, likes to live on the shoulder of center backs to get his opportunities.
My son playing but it comes with some random boots.
This portion of the match is brought to you by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of Tacoma Defiance. Austin back in a little bit more possession. The 40th minute of the first half. Austin has completed just over 200 passes in this first half. They've been consistent, but their passes haven't had too much pressure on the Defiance. Good idea out wide by Austin to put this one inside. It's 5 crosses from Austin. Not much has been much of a threat on Andrew Thomas in goal. Rothrock finds an outlet, and it's 2v1. Great defensive pressure by Hafferty just to push Rothrock out wide so that his team can track back defensively and help him in this Defiance attack. Great clearance by Mazzaferro. Able to chip that one up and clear it out of the pressure of Herrera. Defiance going back to that typical 3-back once they had the ball in the bill. Defiance have a little bit more confidence now that they have a goal underneath their belt. Looking out to see the next 4 minutes of the first half out. Sissoko on the ball. Great read to find his central midfielder, rather Ovalle. Ovalle, his fellow center back. Ovalle stepping up in a more dangerous spot. Defiance not giving Austin that space centrally, so they're having to use the perimeter of the field to continue to build, and that's why Austin has had 5 crosses in this game, because that's where the Defiance are giving them their options. One back by the Defiance, and they're looking to go quick. Rothrock slows the build and passes it back to Herrera. Ball inside the box, and Austin able to control that one. That is a clear foul just outside the 18. It's a push by Rodriguez. Austin's a midfielder, and Micah Burton, only 17 years old, originally from Minnesota, played for the Austin Academy. He's made 5 starts this season for Austin FC and has a goal. One minute of extra time in the first half between the Defiance and Austin FC. Austin FC with the majority of the possession. They have been dominating this game. However, the possession hasn't had too much of a purpose and haven't been able to get more than a handful of shots. Only 3 shots, 1 shot on target in the first half. Defiance taking opportunities, chances and risks. Inside the 18, Rothrock goes down, so in the 32nd minute, it's a penalty kick goal for Rodriguez to put Defiance up by 1. One back by Austin, Faldry trying to find Burton. Burton took out by the Defiance defenders. This time it's Rodriguez, 1v3, can't break out. Ramirez starting the build for Austin. Toure taking the space that the Defiance are giving him out wide. Toure, 22 years old, originally from the Netherlands. And has now started in 5 games for Austin this season. Toure, 1v1, looking for that cross inside, and it's cleared by the Defiance.
The official has signaled there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time.
1 minute of extra time remaining in this first half. 2 possession-based teams, not looking to take too many risks too early. They're waiting to be calculated and find their moments and outlets in possession. The movement has to be a little bit faster from Austin, and this is a ball from Hafferty that goes straight into the arms of Thomas. Thomas looking to kill some time for the Tacoma Defiance, as they have just under 30 seconds remaining in the first half. To clear this one out, because that is the end of the first half between the Tacoma Defiance and Austin FC. Austin conceding their first goal in the month of June. Defiance get a penalty kick goal from Rodriguez. Austin with 0 on the scoreboard. Major League Soccer and RCX Sports have launched MLS Go, a groundbreaking recreational soccer program. Boys and girls aged 4 to 14 can now experience a fun, affordable, and local soccer journey. This fall, MLS Go debuts in 18 markets, expanding access to the sport. You can go to mlsgo.com for more information. It is halftime at Starfire Sports Stadium. It's halftime, Tacoma Defiance 1, Austin FC nothing. From Tukwila, Washington. It's a beautiful day for some soccer. Tacoma Defiance getting a goal off of a penalty kick. The record-breaking unbeaten streak came to an end on Sunday. Michelle and Samara wrap up a busy Matchday 13 as they take us through the Matchday Rewind.
With another 20-plus games across Matchday 13, it's no surprise that this week gave us plenty to look back on. Samara and I are here with everything you might have missed, from crazy upsets to massive wins.
The weekend's biggest upset has to be the one that ended a historic undefeated run. Colorado Rapids 2's 12-game unbeaten streak snapped after a surprising 2-1 defeat against Tacoma Defiance. Their goals, by the way, were absolute bangers. Rapids 2 hadn't seen a loss since September 18th of last year. That's exactly 9 months ago. And while coach Eric Boucher knew a loss was imminent, it's still a sour one nonetheless.
For a lot of the guys, last year is not a distant memory. So when the first loss would come, what would be the response? And I thought the most important moment perhaps in our season would be just that. The moment after our first loss, and the moment in this case being how we return to training and how we perform the next game. And that's, I expect the guys to respond very well. The feeling or the energy that was on the field in the second half for us, that won't have anything to do with LA. It's about going out and proving ourselves.
But the upsets didn't stop there. Quakes 2 with one of their own over North Texas SC. We told you before the match to keep an eye on Quakes 2. They'd gone toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the West the last 2 weeks. Well, they did it once again in their match against North Texas SC, notching a 1-0 win on the road. Once again, the defense was stout, with Quakes 2 claiming the team's 6th clean sheet of the season. That's good for second most in the league. They're now just one of only 2 teams remaining to stay unbeaten on the road this season.
Also extending its unbeaten run to 4 was Fire 2. The Chicago side had a perfect weekend, winning 2 games in 4 days. The first was a 1-0 home win over East contender OCB, with Charlie Ostrom heading in the lone goal. The second was a convincing 5-2 road win over Union 2, thanks in part to Alex Moniz, who opened up the scoreboard, and Sergio Oregel Jr. and Victor Becerra, each scoring a pair. With a double victory, Fire 2 climbed up to 8 in the Eastern standings.
Another team posting 2 wins in 3 days, Huntsville City FC. The boys in blue made club history with their Matchday 13 wins, moving their win streak to 3 straight, the longest in the young club's existence. They also posted their first clean sheet in their 2-0 win over Inter Miami 2 in front of a rowdy Joe Davis crowd. The club has now jumped up 5 spots in the table over the last 2 weeks, as they've really embraced what Coach Jack Collison preached ahead of this stretch.
And we said at the start of the week, season-defining week, what are we going to do? And 9 points, 8 goals, first clean sheet. So just really pleased for them guys, because they've been working really hard, so they deserve a little bit of success.
We've got more content coming your way on MLSNextPro.com and MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. We'll see you back here after Matchday 14.
Huntsville losing in Columbus today. Tacoma Defiance are winning here in Tukwila, Washington against Austin FC. Welcome back into Starfire Sports Complex. The MLS Next Cup wrapped up this weekend in the Dallas area. Let's revisit the winning sides by age groups.
The championship match at the U15 level of MLS Next Cup. The New York Red Bulls and CF Montreal just 3 months removed from from a 7-1 victory by the Red Bulls against Montreal, but Montreal came into this final with confidence. They battled, and Ricky, Zach Lashab steps up in the 74th minute with this goal.
And what a terrific goal he was. He understands that as the real estate is at this back post. So many players are just occupied with the ball. Let me hang around. Great first touch and just roofs this thing. CF Montreal have their goal late into this game, David.
So the underdogs looking to win it all, but no quit from Red Bulls. Andre Mehmeti with the ball over the top, and Julian Hall, his 5th goal of the tournament.
And who else? This is the player that you want in and around that 18-yard box behind this back line for CF Montreal. It's a great first touch, but he just closes his hips and ropes it into that near post. We have a tied game here at this moment in time.
So into stoppage time of this match. No quit from these sides. Lashab trying to put a highlight reel goal down as the winner, and Stokes off the goal kick creates a chance for Hall.
And the question mark was who's going to make the difference. Changing blow for blow. This is Lachab. Now it's Julian Hall. If he opens up his hips and slots it into that far post, probably a better angle. You see the frustration from the young man.
But he doesn't have to carry the load himself with this Red Bull attack. Him, Lester, and Tanner Rossbro, the three-headed monster. Rossbro, 16 goals on the year, and an electric strike here to win the whole thing.
Just stop it. Stop it right now, Tanner Rossbro. Doesn't need a second invitation. Pulls the trigger. New York Red Bull U15 MLS Next Cup champions. You see what it means to the whole roster.
MLS Next Cup U16 Finals, #1 Strikers FC, #2 Atlanta United FC. What an electric match from the start, Ricky.
And picking and choosing your times when to join the attack as an outside back is just so important. As the ball rotates back, take nothing away from this finish from Cooper Sanchez. Just ropes this thing, closes his hips at the last second, and talk about quality at its highest order. Atlanta United, they go up 1-0 in this final.
Sanchez scoring first in the slide. Didn't get all of it, but still a fun celebration for Atlanta. And it wouldn't stop there. Rocket Rita working his way inside the box, drawing the penalty, and then making it 2-0.
And he gets there first. He makes the most of that contact, and he steps up. He says, don't mind if I do. It's such a difficult technique to perfect. A little start-stop. Ropes this thing into that near post. And Atlanta United, 2-0, very comfortable going into halftime.
And there are some chances here by the Strikers, able to get one in the second half off the head of Cole Harris in the set piece.
And just rises up like a salmon. Textbook header from the center back. Rises up off his left shoulder. We have a game here, but talking about making your substitutions make a difference for this Atlanta United side. And you go to the bench, if you're Kevin Kratz, you bring on players that they're going to make a difference. As this game is getting seen out, talk about this touch from Watson around the corner, and then look at the top of your screen. Garcia does so well to keep himself onside, and it's that extra pass, the unselfishness from the #9 to play it into the path of Gonzalez. Head up, off to the corner. That's 3 goals. That's a win for Atlanta United, and they are champions of the U16 level.
Atlanta United, the exclamation mark by Joseph Gonzalez, making it 3-1. Atlanta United FC, your MLS Next Cup U16 champions, 3-1 final over Strikers FC. Our final matchup of the MLS Next Cup in the U17 finals, Real Colorado versus the LA Galaxy. Ricky, what an exciting finish.
Changing the point of attack for this LA Galaxy side as Miller stepped up into that final third. The little drop of the shoulder, low and hard to that far post. It always gives you an opportunity. It always gives you a chance, and he makes no mistake about this finish. And also, 10 out of 10 on celebration.
Harbor Miller, the right back, acting like a striker, putting the Galaxy on the board, but it wouldn't stop there. Miller went to work on the far side wing, touches it back to Paulo Rudisill, and how about Rudisill, a fancy footwork to set up Ruben Ramos for the goal.
And he's a player you highlight coming into this final match, but the ability to be so comfortable in tight spaces, not 1, not 2, but 3 Real Colorado defenders, and then he has the composure to roll us into the path of Ramos at the bottom of your screen. He just peels away from his individual mark, and what a lovely finish this is for the weak-sided midfielder.
Colorado down but not out. Seconds following the hydration break, was able to find their way in for their first goal off the corner kick.
As his ball pops off, Macias makes no mistake about the finish. He just needs to get it on target. There's just so much traffic in front of Adams, but you get yourself in a dangerous area, you're going to get rewarded, and the comeback is on.
And the consistency continued after that. Momentum Real Colorado's way. At the edge of the sixth, it was Cooper Highline to level this matchup at 2.
And as this ball cycles out, you just watch at the bottom of your screen, Highline, that touch right there is so exquisite for number 9 to create separation, but also the quality to go up into that far post, tie at this game. Highline corner and celebrate.
And then going into the second half, that's when your key players step up when it matters the most for the LA Galaxy. Julian Palacios getting his first goal in this match to give LA a 3-2 lead.
You hang around the barbershop long enough, and you're going to get a haircut. This is exactly what Palacios did. Hanging around that 6-yard box, this ball pops up. Just get it on target, hit it clean, off to the corner. You give your side the lead here, 3-2.
Well, Palacios wanted another haircut right after. He was still feeling it in this match, ending it with a brace and being able to give LA a 4-2 lead in the second.
Gets rewarded for his hard work. Luck, yes, but you create your own luck into this match. You get it on target, you give yourself a chance. Just turns the corner of Lund. It's an uh-oh moment for DeBella, but he doesn't care. It's off to the corner. He gets his brace. LA Galaxy, they get their win. LA Galaxy, 2023 U17 MLS Next Cup champions. Well done.
2023 MLS Next Cup final at the U19 level. The New England Revolution looking to repeat as champions, but FC Delco trying to break through and get their first ever win. And who else? Kyrie's with his 5th goal of the tournament.
Goals of Pete Leary for a reason. You talk about him getting himself in and around that 18-yard box. He gets the second bite of the apple. Probably not his prettiest goal in his career, but the most effective. And that's an effective D-side if I've ever seen one, David.
So Delco takes the momentum to halftime. Brad Knighton makes 3 changes at halftime. One of them is USU 17 international Peyton Miller, who tags this one.
And just take a bow. You can't hit it any cleaner than this, but talk about Dos Santos. The information on this pass just to roll us into the path of the outside backs. What a quality finish that was. New England Revolution, they draw this game at this point in time.
So the Revs, after this, they go down a man with their red card for Jack Burkhart, but they go up a goal here, the finish from Alex St. John.
And all about the movement, top of your screen, just that little change of pace right here that makes a difference. As a striker, you always want to play off the shoulder, in between the 2 center backs. As Parvu picks up his head, it's a quality service, and St. John doesn't need to hit it hard, just to say redirect it into the back of that net, off to the corner and celebrate. Revs had their lead.
This Delco group, they went to the quarterfinals 2 years ago. The semifinals last year, they had the heart of a champion, and they continued, Ricky, to fight against everything to try and get the breakthrough.
And it's the last bite of the apple here for FC Delco. As this ball comes around, you see the secondary action. It's the outside back. McDavid has eyes for that far post, but lacks the composure, sends it high and wide.
The New England Revolution are the first ever repeat champions in MLS Next Cup as they sit atop the throne once again at the U19 level.
Welcome back to Tukwila, Washington. We are at Starfire Sports Stadium for the final half of Matchday 14. Timbers 2 lose to Real Monarchs just a few minutes ago. Colorado Rapids get a massive win over LA Galaxy 2, 5-1. They stay at the top of the Eastern standings with that result. Sporting KC with a win over North Texas SC in penalty kicks. And Columbus Crew 2 with a win at home against Huntsville. We are still here at Tacoma Defiance with a 1-0 lead over Austin FC. Let's take a look back at how the first half happened and how we got to a 1-0 scoreline. Austin FC had a lot of opportunities to get into the final third. However, Austin only had 1 shot on target, 3 shots altogether. Their possession was very strong. They dominated with 59% of the possession. Defiance looked for their opportunities and transition. Rothrock eventually got pulled down inside the 18, and it was a penalty kick from Rodriguez that resulted in the only score of the afternoon. Rodriguez now has 7 goals on the season, leading the Tacoma Defiance. Austin FC looking to get their 5th straight clean sheet. Not going to happen tonight. Tacoma Defiance doing a good job of finding their outlets and taking advantage of the minimal opportunities that Austin FC is giving them. Their back line has been really strong and led really well by Hafferty and Mazzaferro. Rockroth in behind looking for opportunity. Shot it a little too early. Rothrock has been a massive bright spot for this Tacoma Defiance side too. And 4 shots for Tacoma, only 3 shots for Austin. With everything that they were able to do in the first half, weren't able to convert much of anything. 1 corner kick in this game given to Austin FC2, and 1 shot on target for both sides. Both sides have to find ways in the second half to get their foot on the ball and create more chances in the final third. Their numbers have been there, just hasn't been able to execute it. Austin FC in their light green away kits going from left to right. Tacoma Defiance at home in black going from right to left. Center referee is Brad Jensen. We are moments away from kickoff in the second half from Tukwila, Washington. It is a beautiful June day. Couldn't ask for any better soccer weather in the Pacific Northwest. One substitution made for Austin FC in the second half. Bobosi Baira Yanga subs on the field for Steve Loizon. Steve Loizon didn't get many touches in the first half, however. Big opportunity for fresh legs from Bairanga to step on the pitch and play. Defiance still playing in their 3-5-2 when they have the ball. 3 backs are Stuart Hawkins, Vito Avaye, and A.B. Sissoko. Sissoko, 23 years old, and Stuart Hawkins, the youngest player on the back line for the Defiance, just 16 years old, from Box Island, Washington. This is his 2nd consecutive start for the Defiance here tonight. Had his first goal of the year last week against Colorado. Big opportunity for Stuart Hawkins out of the back line to get a goal. Austin FC with the majority of the possession of the first half, 58%. They've been dominant when it comes to trying to build up. However, the numbers centrally haven't been able to pop up and receive the ball. Ramirez has been the dominant number, trying to drop back in the 6. You see Noel dropping in, trying to provide an option to Hafferty and Matafero. Hafferty out wide to Toure. Hafferty looking to see if he can switch to the point of attack or provide a service for Austin, but the numbers aren't on because now the Defiance are playing in a 5-back defensively. Formation really changes for the Defiance, and it's pretty stark and well done by the Defiance and how well they're able to drop back and communicate pass off players in defensive transition. Ball inside. Looking to find Burton, but Burton a little too far away from that option. Austin FC with their 2nd corner kick of the evening. Austin FC needs a momentum change against Timbers too. Coach Utley talked about how their first goal was off a set piece, and that can really change the momentum and get a team going on the right foot. It's a short corner. Bowdry trying to find somebody centrally, and Defiance are right there to kick it off. work to keep the ball in play. Playing it back to Hafferty because the option hasn't been there, and Austin's starting to take a few more risks going forward. Knowing that they're down a goal, that option has to be there. They have to start taking a few more risks if they want to tie this one up. Defiance player down in the middle of the field. Jensen and fellow Defiance player making sure that they're okay. It's a cleat to a Defiance player. It's Herrera who's back up on his feet for a restart for the Defiance. Austin finding a seam centrally. Noel continues the run out wide. Foudry inside the box. And it's cleared by the Defiance. Their numbers defensively are there. Every single time Austin gets a ball inside the 18. Burton keeps this one in play for Austin. He's patient, doesn't see the option to Foudry, so he switches the point of attack. Sebastian Pino has been playing in the true 9 for Austin, a player who hasn't lived on the ball much in this game. Austin hasn't been able to find their true 9, and Pino is 2 goals on the season, a player who can certainly finish, put opportunities away for Austin. Sebastian Pino has only touched the ball 18 times in the first 52 minutes of this game. Rockroff out wide, a dangerous option for the Defiance. Rockroff has an option around him, but the pass is a little too heavy, and the Defiance are able to get there, but they are able to salvage a set piece. Coach Weber talked about how his team had to find ways to dictate where Austin wants to go because of how heavy they want to control this game. Defiance have done a really good job of not only pushing Austin to the areas they want them in, but capitalizing on their moments in transition. Set pieces are big moments in transition. Inside the 18, and it's out. Bowen playing it up the field to Rodriguez, the lone goal scorer of the game. Second corner kick of the night for Tacoma Defiance. 2 corner kicks have been really back-to-back. Bowen providing the short option for his teammate. Numbers inside the box, waiting for an in-swinger. Cleared high and wide by Austin. However, Bowen keeps this one in play to Ray. And Bowen fighting for that ball. To Ray, getting the upper hand and plays it out to Burton. You can see the direction from Pino. He wants Burton to put that ball over the top so he has an option to run onto it rather than that ball being played on the ground, which is easier to pick up if you're a defender. Joe Hafferty on the ball, 25 years old, originally from here in Washington. Formerly played for Tacoma Defiance last season and had 22 games played and 2 goals. Now he's facing his former teammates, and Coach Weber talked about Hafferty coming into the game saying he's very calm, he's a stable veteran leader, and has a really clear structure and style and how he wants to play. Austin got a very massive leadership in that center back role. It's helped a lot in Austin's possession. Austin in the 18, looking over the top this time. And referee says no foul inside the 18, so play will go on. Thomas will roll this ball back out for the Defiance. Rothrock plays that one wide, and Miglietti helps it. Miglietti on the ball. He has an option centrally, but he plays it back. Austin applying some high pressure with only 2 numbers and 2 center backs, rather 2 outside backs for Austin. Press high and keep the Defiance honest. A foul on Austin, able to maintain possession again. Rodriguez on the ball. Rodriguez plays it out wide to Rothrock, looking for a one-touch centrally. Not able to extend. And Tico not able to get a touch on that ball to finish it, but it's a great start from the Defiance in transition. Austin win the ball higher. Faldry making his run up, picking his head up. Burton looks to keep this one in play, and he does. Burton 1v1. Recycles it to Toure. Ramirez playing it all the way back to his center backs. Austin now on the front foot, looking for some movement up top. It's Pino and Faldry up top, looking for the ball. There's not enough dynamic movement from the attack of Austin, and Austin has to just continue to possess and be patient until they see an open seam. Noel centrally, and it's cleared up by Sissoko. Thomas comes down with it in the last second. Andrew Thomas looking for his second clean sheet of the season. Had an assist in Migletti's goal. And this is Rodriguez. Now he's 1v1 against Hafferty with his left foot, and Locke stepped off his line. Referee calls this play dead. Man down on the pitch for Austin. Toure is down on the ground. He's slowly getting back up to his feet.
You literally opened it.
Sheik Toure, the outside back for Austin FC, is played 15 games, only missed 1 game this season for Austin, and needing some medical attention from the trainer. Toure, 22 years old, originally from the Netherlands. He's getting some attention on his left leg.
50% more left leg, the leading sports team. And we know what the
Toure continuing to be spoken to by the trainer. Toure in the middle of your screen. He's tracking back, and watch as he just no contact. No one is around him until Toure goes down all by himself. So whatever the injury is for Toure, it is a non-contact injury. Good to see the outside back for Austin back up on his feet.
Probably Gatorade. Gatorade or some kind of like IV, liquid IV.
Sheik Toure will come out in the 60th minute of play. And number 24, Jackson Walty, will step on the pitch for Austin. Toure getting the applause as he walks off the pitch. And Jackson Walty will take the field for Austin FC. Jackson Walty, in his now 10th game of the season, played his college ball at the University of Pittsburgh. He's originally from Florida. 22-year-old is getting some additional minutes here tonight. Toure will go off the field. This portion of the match is brought to you by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of Tacoma Defiance. This portion of the match is also brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers, a proud supporter of Tacoma Defiance. Austin still possessing 58% of this game. Defiance looking for their opportunities out in transition. Mazzaferro looking to win the ball back. Miglietti giving everything he can to win the ball back for his side. Gio Miglietti has played now 12 games this season for the Defiance. He's 23 years old, originally from Hawthorne, California. Scored 3 goals this season for the Defiance. Pino looking for a bike, and it's a strike outside. Austin FC looking for an opportunity just outside the 18. It's far post, but it's a great look. Austin FC looking to build from the wide areas to get balls inside the box. Watch as Pino thinks that ball's coming through, and it's a strike from Ramirez. The top of the 18, not able to get himself over top of the body, but Austin FC needed that opportunity and that risk to be taken. Miglietti turns over the ball. Defiance get back on it, and it's out wide to Rothrock. Rothrock looking for Rodriguez. Rodriguez not able to get there. Austin FC gets a touch on it in clearance, and it'll be a Defiance throw-in. Bowen stepping up to throw this one back into play for the Defiance. Sissoko, the option and outlet out. The great pass breaking lines. Rodriguez not able to control that one, and Austin receives the ball. A great switch in attack to Foundry. Foundry a little too high and goes over Burton's head.
That's not bad at all.
Austin looking to keep this one in. Goes over Foundry's head this time. Asensio, who starts this one for Austin, and their possession's a little bit higher up the pitch by Ruhunga. Looking for the cross and not able to get this one in. Hafferty stepping up for a throw-in.
You're gonna look away and both mine and yours and then it's finished.
Austin FC has done a really good job of keeping balls out of the back of the net. This goal that the Defiance scored is their 10th goal against this season, so their defense has been stout and has only conceded the fewest amount of goals in MLS Next Pro Western standings at this point of the season. It's a ball played in from Austin. Set piece, looking for far post. Offside by Austin. Defiance now able to get themselves in possession, and Defiance have done a good job in transition moments. However, they haven't been able to possess the way that they normally like to because of Austin's press and how much Austin is trying to control the tempo of this game. Roth trying to bring this one down and passes it back to his center midfielder. Austin, a team who's really aggressive. Quick and restarts. Noel wants this ball back. Austin is, as soon as they lose the ball, they're going to be right there to try and win the ball and continue in their possession. Hafferty on the ball. Ramirez dropping off into the back line, pushing Hafferty very forward. He gets himself wide. Ball inside, cleared by the Defiance. Substitution about to be made for Austin FC in their attack. Mazzaferro wanting to slow this down. Ramirez, not as much in the midfield anymore, playing closer to his center backs to push Hafferty higher. Sissoko getting control of that one and clearing that one out. Substitution will be made. Micah Burton will come off the pitch for Austin FC. Number 99, Cristo Vea, will come on the pitch in the attack.
Micah Bird. Entering is number 99, Cristo Vela.
Vela comes on the pitch for Austin as Burton exits the field. A player from Mexico who previously played for Cancun FC. Austin in the attack. Sovea playing in his 9th game of the season for Austin FC this year. Long ball in. Defiance now living on the ball a little bit more. Tacoma Defiance against Colorado in their win last week, 2-1. They played a little bit more conservative in their formation, a 5-3-2, which didn't allow Colorado to be very effective in the attack, but they've done the exact opposite here tonight, playing in a 3-5-2. So centrally, they have more numbers up in the middle of the pitch, but defensively, less numbers, and Tacoma Defiance feeling like they can take more of a risk. A risk being taken here, and it's cleared out eventually by their midfielder in Hal Uteritz. A little too much possession from the Defiance, and Austin almost had a clear shot on frame. Mazzaferro has had the most touches on the pitch for Austin FC. He's touched the ball 111 times within the possession. And how often Austin is switching the point of attack. That's a lot of touches on the ball just in the 71st minute of play. Mazzaferro is a player on the back line that Austin FC is going to continue to build through, and their possession is switching the point of attack on the back line until they see that outlet in the midfield, or if they can break the midfield line into the attack. Austin hasn't been super successful with that here of late, and here's a Defiance chance from a Rodriguez start out wide. Rodriguez finding himself central, switching the point of attack to Herrera. Rockroth shoots, and it's stopped by Austin. Sissoko on the ball. A.B. Sissoko playing in the left center back role for the Defiance. Played with the first team in their matches against Orlando and LAFC earlier this season. He's played in 8 games with Next Pro and 10 games in all competitions with Seattle this season. Sissoko, only 23 years old, a very strong player on the back line for Tacoma. Quick little give and go in the middle of the field and out wide for the Defiance, and the Defiance are able to break a few Austin lines. Rothrock always dangerous when he finds himself on the ball. Not only can Rothrock score, but he's a great assister with 5 assists this season and really good at creating chances for himself and his teammates. Austin now with a chance. 2v3. Out wide. Thomas comes up with it. Bowen doesn't see the opportunity to continue to go forward, so he passes it back. The first time we've probably seen the Defiance pass it back in this game. Normally they're just high-flying, wanting to go forward whenever they're on the ball. Bowen not seeing the option this time and looking to slow this game down a little bit for the Defiance. Defiance scoring a goal in the 32nd minute. A foul against Asensio on the back line for Austin brings down Rothrock in the box. Rodriguez steps up for the Defiance and puts one home. Austin, not too many chances, only 5 more shots, but neither one of these teams has had a shot on target in the second half. This game has primarily been played within the 18s, rather in between the two 18s. Coach Utley making the decision to push Hafferty higher up the pitch. That means Ramirez is dropping back more centrally to cover next to Mazzaferro. Damian Loss on the ball, looking for an outlet, and he has one in Mazzaferro. Noel dropping off as well to receive the ball, and Austin's had a hard time in the last few minutes trying to used their center midfielders. It's mostly been the back line over the top into the attack, and it's working sometimes. Pino trying to get there. Well done by Thomas to step off his line and come up with that one. Looking to slow this game down in the 76th minute. Plenty of soccer left to go. However, Defiance have had some chances, and they've done a good job of keeping Austin out of threatening spots, even though their possession has been really strong. This portion of the match is brought to you by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of Tacoma Defiance. Halferty out wide, it's a ball in, and it's not cleared too well, so it's a set piece and a goal, rather a corner kick for Austin. Herrera just kicking that one straight up in the air. Vea on the wide flank for Austin has found a few chances to keep going forward, and he's put some really good balls inside the box, but Austin hasn't had the numbers there to try and convert. And Halferty is going to put this one in with an in-swinger off his right foot. Halferty straight to Andrew Thomas in goal. Coach Weber with Tacoma Defiance has been very straightforward about this Tacoma side wants to win. They want to get those results. They want to come up with opportunities, with goals. Tacoma Defiance aren't scared to play younger players, inexperienced players. However, they take this MLS Next Pro League really seriously when it comes to coming up with results. Tacoma Defiance started the night in the 5th spot in the standings. They're still there with 23 points. Depending on how this game goes, they could find themselves in the 4th spot, just stepping over San Jose Earthquakes. A lot of pressure on this back line. An Austin FC defender is still down, and the referee is quick to wave on the trainer. Mazzaferro down still. Mazzaferro running for this ball, and his goalkeeper and Las comes out, bodies his defender. Mazzaferro needs to hit his head as he's going down on the pitch. Mazzaferro also directing the trainer to the right side of his upper chest. Good to see Mazzaferro kind of picking his head up right now, but it's a very dangerous play by the Austin goalkeeper. Mazzaferro back up on his feet and getting a high five from his goalkeeper, Damian Loss, stepping off his line, trying to clear that ball. Mazzaferro to be coming off the pitch. Be interesting to see if he just comes off for a few seconds and then he comes back on, or if that'll be the end of the day. And it looks like it will not be the end of the day for Mazzaferro. We'll wait for this ball to come back into play. Few substitutions being made for both sides. Valentin Noel coming off the pitch, and number 28, Alfonso Ocampo Chavez, subs on the field for Austin. A lot of contact between Monteferro and Miglietti. Take my thoughts back. Valentin Noel is still on the pitch, and he will not be coming off for Alfonso Ocampo Chavez. Substitution will eventually be made for Charlie Asensio. Alfonso Ocampo Chavez will move into the back line for Austin. Defiance win the ball over centrally. It's 1v1. Hafferty, rather, ball gets, Defiance player gets dragged down inside the box. And it's a red card to Austin FC defender, and it'll be a penalty kick for the Defiance. Defiance on a breakaway. Austin FC pulls down the attacker, the last defender. If they do foul the attacker and they're the last defender on the line, it is a straight red. So rewatch this replay and see how this all happened. Defiance doing a good job, and Atencio breaking free. And Austin had no option but to pull down the attacker. Number 24. Jackson Walty. And it's another penalty kick, this time taken by Fito Ovea. Ovea over the ball. Ovea, and he misses wide. Ovea doesn't even get that shot on frame. Las doesn't make the right decision. Instead, he goes right. Ovea looking to go left. And it's Ovea. He uses his instep, and he's trying to redirect that exactly where he wants it to go. But the instep doesn't work out this time, and he sees it out. So Austin will now play down a man due to the red card to Jackson Walty in the remaining 8 minutes of this match. Rather 6 minutes, give or take, extra time. And Tacoma Defiance still with 1 goal. Defiance trying to maintain some possession. Austin does a good job. It's been going 50-50 here. Austin now having some opportunities out wide, taken away by the Defiance. No substitution will be made for Austin, so Alfonso Ocampo Chavez will stay on the bench. Valentin Noel and Charlie Asensio will stay on the pitch for Tacoma. Jackson Walty comes off the field because he drugged down Josh Atencio inside the box, which resulted in the PK kick. Atencio, rather. Austin over this ball, a left-footed ball inside, and it's cleared eventually from Defiance by just using their body and seeing that one out. So it's a goal kick for the Defiance. Just under 5 minutes remaining in regulation time in the second half. The substitution has finally been made for Austin. Number 28, Alfonso Ocampo Chavez, comes on the pitch for number 26, Charlie Asensio. A lot of back and forth on that substitution, but Austin has decided to finally make it, and we will see Ocampo Chavez on the pitch. And it's Rodriguez's turn in the attack, looking to find an opportunity. Mazzaferro has been a mainstay on this Austin back line, and you see why, because he is so consistent with his defensive pressure, his smart play, his communication with the players around him. Able to see that one out is Mazzaferro, but not for too long. Defiance are trying to keep this one pinned in and looking for an outlet until Barahunga tracks back to clear it. Austin FC is still playing down a man with a red card to Jackson Walty. And now Defiance are trying to keep this Austin team pinned in their own defensive half. Red card was issued to Walty in the 82nd minute of play. If the Tacoma Defiance come up with a result here, they're looking at being undefeated in 4 straight games. They'd be giving Colorado, who's sitting in the number 1 spot in the standings, a loss. And there's a ball inside for Austin, cleared by the Defiance. And then number 2, Defiance would travel back home and give Austin FC their first loss in 4 games. So if the Defiance can come out victorious in this match, they would be knocking off number 1 and number 2 in the Western Conference, putting them in a really good spot headed into Matchday 15. Tacoma Defiance will stay at home next week to take on Houston Dynamo 2. Austin FC will travel to Real Monarchs, who just defeated Timbers 2 in Portland tonight. Good defensive play from the Defiance, and Hafferty keeps this one in play. Defiance clear this one, high and wide, looking to kill some time. This portion of the match is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC and Tacoma Defiance. Andrew Thomas looking to clear this one all the way up the field. You can see no one's back for the Defiance. They're putting all their numbers forward, trusting in this big kick from Andrew Thomas that goes straight to Damian Loss in the other net. Austin FC, if they do not get the result here tonight, they will be getting handed their first loss in 4 games, conceding their first goal in 4 games as well. Rodriguez looking for another goal, and it's stopped by Austin. Substitution for Tacoma Defiance. Antonio Herrera comes off the pitch for number 93, Georgie Minungo. Georgie Minungo will come on the pitch for the remaining minutes of this match. We are in extra time now between Tacoma Defiance and Austin FC. 5 minutes of extra time between Tacoma and Austin. Plenty of time for Austin to look for a tying goal, or for the Defiance looking to put this one away. Minungo looking to use his strength, but not able to keep this one in play from Austin. And Austin defensively has been so strong. And see it in Austin's numbers, conceding only 10 goals this season. Austin has scored a handful of goals on their end. 22 goals for Austin, only 10 against. For Tacoma, they've now scored 25 goals on the season, conceding only 18. Tacoma putting themselves in a really good spot if they can come up with a result here tonight against Austin FC2 at home. Rothrock dropping back, helping see this game out for Tacoma. Rothrock, an offensive player, but he's on that back line for Tacoma as Austin regains the possession here. This is the final match in match day 14. Tacoma Defiance in the 32nd minute of play get brought down inside the box, and Rodriguez finds an opportunity to slot one home from a penalty kick. And that's been the scoreline. It's been possession mostly from Austin. However, haven't been able to create anything. Only 7 shots, 2 shots on target. 1 shot on target in the first half, another in the second half. And Defiance have had only 1 shot on target and resulted in a goal. Andrew Thomas taking his good old time, killing some time on the clock. Andrew Thomas looking at his 2nd clean sheet of the season in goal for this Tacoma side. Thomas was born in Moscow, grew up in London, and played his college ball at Stanford. He's been all over the world. He's done a great job in net for this Tacoma side, leading as he is normally a part of the first team. Quick restart from Loss. Just under 2 minutes remaining to play from Tukwila, Washington. Tacoma Defiance will stay at home for their next game against Houston Dynamo 2. Austin FC will stay on the road to take on Real Monarchs for 1 more game, and then to kick off July, Austin FC will play Houston Dynamo. Tacoma will stay at home as well for North Texas SC. Tacoma kicking off a 3-game homestand with this game against Austin tonight. Ramirez been a part of this back line, but he plays forward to Matsfero trying to play it up, but nobody's there inside the 18 for Austin. Vea on the right flank has been there all night looking for crosses inside. Runners there, and the Defiance see it out for another corner kick for Austin. Likely one of the last chances for Austin FC in this game. Austin looking to take their 5th corner kick. A lot of set pieces, and that's something that Coach Utley has really prided this side on. However, in this game against the Defiance, haven't been able to get much of anything. Referee blows his whistle, and that is game from Starfire Sports Stadium. Tacoma Defiance gets a PK goal in the 32nd minute to win this one to kick off their homestand against Austin FC. This win is the 4th unbeaten game for Tacoma Defiance, a massive win at home for them to kick off their homestand. Let's take a look at the player of the match tonight, which is the lone goal scorer in Rodriguez. Rodriguez slots this one home for Tacoma Defiance to get the lone goal in this game and to win it. Rodriguez so confident, slots home his 7th goal of the season, continue to be the leading goal scorer from this Defiance side, playing in that 10 role, plays such a vital role all over the pitch, especially in high pressure moments for the Defiance. Rodriguez, the man of the match for the Tacoma Defiance, to get the result at home. So Tacoma Defiance 1-0 over Austin FC. Austin FC still in the 2nd spot in the standings. Tacoma Defiance with the result in the 4th spot in the Western Conference. For my entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Anna Whitty. Once again, our final score is 1-0 from Tukwila, Washington. We're wrapping up match day 14. Thank you, everyone, for following along and watching this game with us tonight. It was an exciting one from the Pacific Northwest. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Tacoma Defiance did a really good job of holding off this Austin FC side. Rodriguez sliding one home, and their 3-back stayed very strong against Austin's highly possession-based midfield defense, and were able to get the results at home after leaving off the road. Thank you again for joining us here from Tukwila, Washington. It's been a joy to have you with us. Everyone, have a phenomenal rest of your Sunday night.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.